What up, Dittermites? This is going to be a special video of how I made another custom engine. Now, I'm sorry for the delay of that long break of me not making much videos. I was just busy, okay? So I decided to put matters in my own hands and come up with an engine from scratch. Introducing the Plywood Corp Co. Wash number 11. There's a lot of history behind this engine, and you can find this engine at the Northwest Railway Museum located in Snoqualmie, Washington. Now let me show you how I made this guy. It all started with chiseling some parts that were from an Emily that I had lying around, but that was busted, and they weren't the right parts. So I went up to using a cut-up bar piece from a bed that was cut up, then cut it to the right size I need, so that way that would be my template to work with. For the footplate, I used a wood scrap that I had on hand, traced it out so that way I can have it in the right length I wanted to. Then I put it right next to another one so that way I can extend it. Then put the boiler on, and then I used a wooden railway duct that I had lying around and put that on there as well. It turned out great. Due to some flaws of trying to make it straight, it's still a win-win. Except I had a Thomas cab lying around and I decided to use that instead. For the headlight, I used a scrapped piece of wood that I had lying around and used that, and it looked okay. I really had to focus on the front pilot, so what I did is I took a winter caboose from a Thomas Christmas set and then drilled a hole, but first removed the magnet and screwed it on there pretty tight, and it looked pretty good. I used the same technique from the boiler to make the tender. So what I did is I took a rusty chassis and put it as a template and then used the edge of a wheel so that way I can make the back of the tender. And then I used clay to make the domes and the tank part. And now on to the next step, spray paint. I was using the spray paint that you use to make your engines on your cars more fresh. Same process for the tender like always. Then I used a paint pen and drew it onto the back of the tender. And now, with all that out of the way for the paint, it looks pretty good. Now I made sure to make it and give it a curve test, because I wanted to see how good it was around curves. And this was the first time I was ever doing this, printing decals for my engine. This could be something I can do in the future. But that idea got thrown out the window. So I ended up making them from scraps of paper. And just like that, here is the final render. It turned out pretty good. It was pretty tricky getting the decals on there, and there's still a lot of bit of details waiting for it. But if you like this video very much and like to see more custom engines, be sure to subscribe and hit that like button. Now, I don't know when I'm gonna upload my next episode of Rage of the Prototype, but all said and done is by clicking the bell icon so you don't miss out on anything. And as always, Dinerites, I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye!